Yeah, baby.
Yes, ma'am. You need me to bring it down?
Okay, so guys, how are you all doing? And you're welcome once again. I'm sorry I'm starting late though. Um, it's been I went to the gym and I'm so tired. If you guys can see my eyes, I'm so tired. I haven't been to the gym in the past week, and just this fatigue that came over me. And today I decided I was like, well, whatever happens, I must go to the gym today. And lo and behold, yeah. So I'm back, but I'm so tired. So please pardon my how I look because I'm like, oh my god. Okay, so again, I feel like Saturday is the day that things happen. So let's start with the first story. So woke up today to a fantastic, I will tell you, I woke up today to a very fantastic reaction from D.L Hugley. You see, D.L Hugley is a lot of things, but one thing is that the guy says it as it is. And so I'm just going to play a very short part of that video for us to listen to. La plupart des déodorants vendus en grande surface sont en réalité des antitranspirants.
Andy girl. So of course, over the weekend, or just before the weekend started, the video of Puppy Combs beating Cassie almost senseless aired. Of course, as we all know now, it is beyond the statute of limitations, meaning that LA County would not prosecute him. The thing that I find interesting is for real assaults generally across the country, the statute of limitations for actual assaults, felony assaults, the statute of limitations is about 3 years, pretty much all across the country. For misdemeanor assaults, it is a year and a half. There are people, and any number of people are coming out with all these stories. You've heard them ad nauseum on different outlets, telling you about how they knew what was going on and how they were appalled. If you have a story to tell now, you could have told that story earlier. If you are telling a story about something you knew and you didn't do anything about it, you're not a witness, you're an accomplice. And these things can only happen with accomplices.
Thank you. That's that for me. That was mine. If you knew, he said it, hit the nail right on the head. If you knew, if you were aware, and you did not say anything, you're an accomplice. You're not a witness. In the last live I did, I'll try to make this one short because again, I'm very, very tired, and I really wanted to do a video, really, but I'm like, okay, I like the thing with lives because it's very unplanned and boom, you say how you feel. And like I said, so I was saying in my last video, I actually did say that, that a lot of people knew. So many people. Oh my God, I forgot my oh my God, I forgot my my mic. I'm so tired. Please, you guys, pardon me. I forgot my microphone. But again, if you can, I think we should just continue because my phone has a very good mic. So let me switch that on. Good. My phone has a good mic all the same. So like I was saying, the people who knew, because all these people that run around in the circles, they definitely knew what this dude was doing. They all kept quiet. Now, let's look at the reaction so far. None of the who's who of Hollywood, especially the ones that run around in P.Diddy'S circles, none of them till now have spoken up. This is crazy. it's deafening, because it's two things. They're either scared shitless that they did something wrong as well and could be indicted, or they are just trying to keep themselves away from, they just don't want to be meleeed in Diddy's crap. There is no other thing I'm looking at. It's like he's been avoided like a plague. So my mind is saying that it's one of two things. They are accomplices. They are also guilty. There have been things that they've done. It may not be in the area of assault, but probably trafficking. And, okay, the fact that, okay, we cannot be seen with this dude. Remember Jeffrey Epstein, what's his name? Jeffrey Epstein, Epstein. Same thing. And you see the ugliness of the whole industry. You see the whole disgust. It's so obvious. It's disgusting. This is sad. I just want to quickly go, because I don't want to forget most of the things that I planned that we're going to talk about today. So I just want to go back to my, to my page. Yeah. So, you find out that many of them are not, they're not innocent. Then also in the week, we saw a video where P. Diddy was he was on Ellen's show. It's so crazy how the little things we miss. It's so crazy because when you now go back to it, you're like, how did I miss this? Do you guys remember P. Diddy's song? Because someone said, I watched an interview and the person said, well, this guy is a billionaire. He has a lot of money. Someone said, power. And for him, and someone once said that for P. Diddy, because I think Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan's daughter, spoke up and said, for P. Diddy, it's all about this persona, this aura, respect and money, and that's it. And then I remember the song that he came out with, Money, Power, Respect, the key to life. And then you realize that this is someone he organized his life. Everything he became, everything he is, has been aligned according to his own ethics and his anthem. So in that video, we see where this was shortly after, this was an interview he had with Ellen DeGeneres, where after, what's his name? After Chris Brown and Rihanna had their fallout. And we also saw how that, that those pictures made a tour of the world. And we saw how it was handled as quickly as possible, and of which he was actually given, and told that he had to, keep a reasonable distance. In fact, that ended the relationship. And I think that is one lady who I would say publicly, when it came to domestic violence, who reacted as she should. And so here is P. Diddy trying to make a case for, would I say he was trying to make a case for domestic violence? I think he was, because he said no one should be hitting on anyone, blah, 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 blah. It was so obvious that he was uncomfortable. It was so obvious. Everything in him was reacting. And then he says that we don't know what happened. We're not there. I'm not saying, and I'm like, why do you have to go there? Under normal circumstances, nothing should ever make you put your hands on another person. We begin to ask, how did we miss this? We missed those subtle things. We missed them. The body language, we missed it because it was right there in our faces. It was there. He has always been this person. It's not a new thing. It's not something, it's just exactly who he is. And he thrives off of this. We also get information right now about the fact that his mom, he actually hit his mom. Wow. You know, this is the period I begin to appreciate African mothers, Nigerian mothers especially. You know those skits, I mean, they're all over the internet. You know those skits that you see, and then where the child, you know, kinds of puts their hand up or something, and the mom goes, "Hey, you want to beat me?" You see, that is a preventive. That is something that most mothers do as a prevention, so that you understand before you try to do what you're doing. You understand. Meanwhile, your mind is not going there, but they are telling you that if that is where you are going to, well, you should be ready to kill them. Now, that is a joke. We're speaking seriously. That this is a man who put his hands on his mother. He's cursed. Nah, he's cursed. There's no need. This is just what it is. He's cursed because by putting his hands on his mom, he has dishonored his mom. I was listening to an interview where it was said that this is someone that his father, whether he said his father left him or whatever, I don't know. Whatever it is that his father did. And I think sometimes when we create some narratives, it then seems as though we are trying to make excuses. Let me see if my glasses will make me look better. Yay! Okay, so it now seems as though we're trying to make excuses, but I know it's not. We're just trying to create a mind map of things or what could be the issue, and I that's understandable. But if this is, but when you have a mom who decided, I'm going to have you despite all odds, and is here with you, and you have become this person, and then you think it's okay to touch her and do her bodily harm, then you are not okay. There is something. Diddy is fighting Sean Combs, whatever he goes by these days. And he has his internal demons he's fighting, and he has not been able to fight them properly. He's not been able to fight those demons correctly, because those demons are wherever he is. It's still who come. It is like it's that serious. Listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it that is going down. I'm here for it. I am following this story. And you know, you realize very quickly that it's rotten. It's been rotten, and it is still rottening. And then you now do a flashback to Cat Williams and so many other people who have been speaking out and talking about this man and the industry. Your mind just goes back. You have a flashback. In the last live I did, I said it's quite weird that most times when we listen to people who were in the industry speak, because they left the industry or for whatever reason, the first thing we always assume about them is they've gone local or they have some form of mental health issues. And Kat said the same thing. He said the first thing they make you the first thing that they try to do is make you sound crazy. They try to make you feel like you're crazy, and we see it playing out. That's always and you need to fear, you need to be wary of such a system that creates that atmosphere that you don't see this person as who they are anymore, simply because we don't see them on the large screen, on the big screen anymore. And then for them to be able to speak or decide that they want to speak their truth and speak the truth that they know and they have seen, or the experiences that they've been through, we now tag them as crazy, as people that have gone local. And I think right now we are in a situation whereby we really need to start reevaluating and taking time to put into perspective the things these people come out to say. I have a video coming out on Shine. I thought I had uploaded that video, in all honesty. I thought I had. Because I'd already edited and everything, unfortunately I can't find the video, so I've either deleted it or something. So I have this video coming up on Shine there, and you're going to hear me talk about Shine and the fact that, you know, he's the fall guy in all of this that has taken place over the years. I'm here for it because Shine was an amazing artist. Shine is an amazing artist. He's got amazing vocals. His rap energy is, Shine reminds me a lot of Mystical. Yeah, Shine reminds me a lot of Mystical. I think I watched a short documentary on Mystical. Shine reminds me a lot. They have similarities in some ways. He reminds me a lot of Mystical. Anyway, so moving from that, we now move on to, so I was then on Sky News as well. Sky News made us understand today that it is very possible that, you know, these allegations are going to come up because, let's not forget, we have another lady who's come up with her own allegations as well. And get this, she actually has the clothes and the outfits. So I'm going to do a separate video on that because I just, again, like I said, I'm tired. Please, you should help me. Pity me, you know. So I'm going to do a video on that. So she came out. So, I mean, the shit is getting stankier, you know, is like is stanking and is really getting stankier, you know. So the Sun came out with a story with their own analysis, and it says cops claims rock Diddy. So because they interviewed I think an FBI officer or something, and he said, well, it's possible that the feds, which I want to believe and which I strongly believe, that the feds are working, you know, around the clock, you know, to create a viable case. Now, I will keep saying what I said in the last time. We cannot put a statute of limitations on. We can't put a statute of limitations on rape or drug what am I saying, or on domestic abuse or assault or sexual. We can't, because what we all saw in that video, I shudder, you know. I laugh. It's my way of trying not to break down, because when I watched that video the first time, I actually started weeping. Every time when I saw the video, let me give you guys a clear picture. When I saw the first part, the moment he hit her so badly on the head and she became lifeless, I went off in fear and in anger and in tears. I went off. I could not bring myself to watch that video until I don't know what time. My sister sent it to me. I told her I've seen it. I'm struggling. So, you know, when I laugh, it's not because this is a laughing matter. No, it's because I am in a situation where I'm trying to control my emotions badly. Because if we get into that video, I will be a blubbering mess. We saw Cassie trying to run away. You see, that's actually the thing. And that's why I feel like the statute of limit, especially in this case, it cannot stay. She was helpless. She had no weapon. She had nothing. And she was running away from this animal. And this animal, almost nude, all he had was a towel that he did not even wrap around himself properly. ran after her to the elevator and gave her a smack on the head that put her off. While she was down, he keeps hitting her. He drags her into the hotel suite. And this happened on the hotel lobby, on the corridor. And then he drags her into the hotel suite and gets an object and throws at her. Nah, because all this has to amount to something. Dear God, it has to amount to something. I feel, when you feel like all those people who were part of this should be arrested, that's exactly how I feel. For me, it's not enough that I keep saying that celebrities in the circles knew. It's not enough for me because it's like I'm giving them a pass. I feel strongly that all the people involved in this, even the hotel, that they should be arrested and they should be charged. I feel so strongly. The situation whereby, you copy someone's work in the exams, and then the person you copied from fails. And then you who copied passes. Now, I want this to play out in jail terms, that you who let this happen is sentenced to jail, while Diddy, gets a lighter. I just feel a form of vengeance in that regard. But again, this is just how I feel, and nothing is going to excuse his behavior. Nothing. No matter how drunk he was, no matter how high he was, no matter what form of love he's preaching today, whatever name he has been through. And then again, let's dissect the name changes. He had about 4 or 5 name changes. He went from Sean Combs to Puff Daddy to Diddy, and then to P. Diddy, and then he's now Brother Love. If we go through those name changes, you begin to question, maybe this person has some level of, multiple personality disorder somewhere. Again, because who knows, maybe when he's hitting, maybe when he's with men, it's Sean Combs. And then maybe when he's with women, he's P. Diddy. And then maybe another section, he's Puff. We just don't know. Maybe when he's sex trafficking, he becomes Puff Daddy, And then to his mom, he becomes both Sean Combs and Brother Love. This is a whole lot of personalities going on. These are things that, I would say one can cue into his unsteady state of mind as things go on. I'm glad that music platforms have decided to separate themselves from him, because again, the anvil has to drop. This anvil has got to drop, because seriously, it has to. Okay, so we believe that the feds are working, and I think also the feds understand the sentiments of the general public, and they are trying. And I think in their own way they would come up with something. I mean, for me, it's already getting to, because this thing has been since November last year when Cassie filed. Since November last year. And so, which brings me to Cassie's beautiful, beautiful message. And I wrote to her, I said, "We stand with you 10 toes deep." And she says, "Thank you all for the love and support from my family, friends, strangers, and those I have yet to meet. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now. But this is only the beginning. I am here for it." Hey, we are here, 10 toes deep. And she says, "Domestic violence is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I am better today, but I will always be recovering from my past. Thank you to everyone that has taken the time to take this matter seriously. My only ask is that everyone open your hearts to believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you were powerless in. I offer my hand to those that are still living in fear. Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you. Love always, Cassie. Now, there's things she said, and that's why I said we can't put a time stamp on the statute of limitations. Again, Cassie was barely an adult, 19 years old. There was so much she had to be afraid of. And so that if Cassie even said to herself, okay, I want to go to the police station. We also how the Harvey Weinstein played out. Some of these people went to the court. They went to the police and they were turned away. Yes, many of them, those girls with Harvey Weinstein, they went to the police. And when she says that, I believe very strongly that she had tried to get the police involved and they did not listen to her. They did not believe her. Why do people think that because a man is such and such and such, or is seen a certain way, then it's not possible that he can do certain things? Come on. We, all of us, the way we are at home and the way we are outside is not the same. The way we are with our kids and the way we are with, adult, it's not the same. So why would someone who says, I am being beaten and battered, come to the police? Because again, I keep saying the police is the first, they're usually the first people that women or men who suffer abuse find solace in. But the red tapes that surround these issues of domestic abuse and violence, it breaks my heart. I've been a witness to a situation that happened where the man stabbed his wife. He did. And she was bleeding. He stabbed her on her palm, and she was bleeding. The whole place was a mess, and the police arrived. I tried to be a form of, go-between to make her understand that she was safe and that she could, press charges. She refused. She refused to press charges. This happened in my presence. And she was so afraid. She was bleeding. And the police, all they did, this was in France. So all the police did, because since she was not willing to press charges, all the police did was go into the house and they looked around. They just wanted to see things for themselves. And they walked out. And they told me, unfortunately, this is the case all the time in France. And that was it. I also know of another case where the lady in question was killed. She was unalived. Yeah, she was unalived. This happened in France. It came out on the news. I'll see if I can put the link here. It's in French though, so yeah. And it was a judicial error. A judicial error took that woman's life. She had actually pressed charges against her husband, for a lot of, abuse. He was arrested and he was charged. I don't know the judge who sat down that case. I don't know how that man was released. He was never supposed to be released. This happened in France. He was never supposed to have come out of jail. This dude was released, walks out. His first port of call was where his wife was. And he unalived her with knife wounds. That's it. She was gone till today, leaving the children behind. When the case came out, to the shock of everyone, but what is this dude doing outside? He was actually tagged threat to her life. I don't know what form of judicial error that could have been. But yes, he's now back. But what he wanted, he accomplished. That's it. And so when Cassie says, believe victims the first time, I strongly believe she speaks to the police. I also strongly believe she speaks to those who were around at the time, because no one believed her. God knows if we did not see this video, we'd still be wondering about this man. Yeah, we would still be wondering about this man. If anything was going to happen, we would still be thinking or wondering if it's going to if anything. Yeah, we would still be wondering. And so I'm happy that Cassie broke her silence. I am so happy that she got married to Alex Fine. I was watching one of Alex Fine's, I think it was Vanity Fair. I can't remember. Or Vogue. I can't remember which one. And he actually speaks about the fact that his mom was actually a victim as well. And so his charity covered women. He had a charity in the shelter where his mom was taken care of. And so I understand how Cassie feels safe with him. Listen, she dodged a bomb, not just a bullet, a big, big bomb. And I'm so happy for her. If I saw Cassie today, I would hug her, I would kiss her, and I would tell her she is better off for it. She's such a beautiful soul, such a wonderful person, and had to be found or see herself in this mess for 10 fucking years until she walked out. God knows whatever made him decide, it's let her go. Maybe because of maybe in the wake of telephones. Who knows? Who knows? But I am so happy for Cassie. As for those, because we're still going to come to the end of this video, of this live. As for those who are supposed to be supporting P. Diddy, I saw a video of Peter Thomas. You see, old age, they say that wisdom comes in old age. Not necessarily. You got people that are just plain stupid. We have white, you see this white hair, silver fox. Be sure that the silver fox that is silvering, be very sure that the silver fox has sense, because I just don't even want to go into the stupidity of this man. I don't want to go into it. How useless he sounded. And I'm like, disgust. And he's just one of them. We've talked about the other one. And there are so many of them who are supposed to be behind in support. What are you supporting? How do you support a man hitting a woman? How do you support that? How do you support violence? How do you support, how is it okay? What form of support is that? That he's down? Did any of you idiots ask yourselves, when Cassie was down, who supported her? Did any of you nincompoops ask yourselves, when Cassie was bleeding, when she was told to perform crazy sexual acts, who was there to support her? Ndiara. On these notes, guys, do not fail to like, to share, to drop your comments in the comment section, watch the live, and I'm hoping and I'll see a lot of you in the next episode. Have a wonderful, did I say episode? In the next live. I hope I'll be having lives more. I kind of like it, because it's very, there, and why not? So I hope I'll be doing more lives as well. I'll keep them as short as 30 minutes. I don't want to go overboard. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Yeah, before I go, my podcast, I'm learning this thing, please. So I put up my podcast. I bring out an episode every Friday. So I put up, and I think I put up 2 episodes of the same thing on my YouTube. So this is what's going to happen. And I think because my YouTube is attached to Spotify, so it picked, I don't know exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to watch and see just bear with me for the time period, because putting up 2 things at a time, I don't know if there are people who like it. I don't know if there are people, I don't know if I learned that the audience for podcasts are not the same as the audience for regular videos. So maybe it could work. So, but anyway, the way how it came out on my channel, it came out as a podcast. So I'm just going to upload on my RSS feed, and then let's see how it translates to this side. All right. And then it's just touch and go for me at this point. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, weekend. Bye.